Welcome to I Married an Exorcist, episode 12. I'm Lea Hines, and tonight we're going after something real. Tonight, we're exposing the real reason sickness keeps coming back. I'm not talking about symptoms. I'm talking about spirits of infirmity, fear, and generational curses that have locked up your body and stolen your peace. This is Freedom from Disease, Part 1. If doctors gave you no answers, if healing hasn't come, if something in you knows this is spiritual, you are in the right place. Because Bruce is going to lead a curse-breaking prayer that targets the roots of disease. And we won't end this broadcast without praying for your healing. So don't scroll. Don't click away. Someone in your family needs this, and it might be you. So let's get into it. Introducing or bringing in my husband, Bruce Hines. Hello, sweetheart.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
We've got some feedback in here tonight.
We do?
Yeah.
From me?
I don't know. I mean, like a tapping or something. But anyways, yeah, we're here. I Married an Exorcist. 12. Can you believe it's already our 12th show?
I know. It's been wild. So it's funny. I was trying to stand up my desk, and I don't know if you could tell. Anyway.
Yeah, I can tell now.
You can?
Yeah, because you can reach your shirt.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, so let's ask Patty and Brian. Hi, guys. Can you guys hear that popping sound on your end, or is it just Bruce? I don't hear it. Do you mind leaving us a comment?
It's cool.
What'd you say?
Oh, no. Brian and Patty are on already. So
oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm really looking forward to hearing your talk about freedom from disease. Your main book, right?
Main book, yeah. Yeah. Ruben's on.
Hi, Ruben. Okay, you can hear us both. Great.
The sound check's going great by
right
from the audience, so we're on.
They can hear us, so no problem.
Let's get this show rolling.
Let's do it. Okay, so when we were talking about doing the show tonight, we were talking about doing it about freedom from disease. What were you thinking?
Oh, it's just, I would probably say every person longs to understand the mystery of sickness and healing. It's a mystery to a lot of people.
Okay.
There's a lot of perception about healing by faith, and when you're not healed, you don't have enough faith to be healed. So on and so forth. When you start crying out to God for your healing, you have faith. It's just putting it. Let me just say it this way: there needs to be a direction change in the approach, right? Because if you have, a lot of people say, well, if you have faith, you'll be healed, and that's true. But what is that faith? Well, do you believe Jesus is the healer? You're not going to earn your healing by having some form of extraordinary faith. You're going to receive your healing because you've met the conditions. Now, I've been all through Derek Prince and all of that, and he's walked me through the Bible, and I have almost all of his teachings. I've got all of his books. And he was the one that actually clued me in on years ago on conditions. Just like salvation is, and we've said it on the show before. Salvation it's conditional. You must believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, that he came to earth to die on the cross for the sins of man. And you must confess your sins. You must confess to Jesus that he is Lord and God, and that you are a sinner and you're in need of his salvation. It's his salvation. and you become born again. So that's the condition. And but there's another side. That's the spiritual side of it, because we don't immediately go to heaven. So there's a spiritual component, and then there is a meeting the demands of what has been done in earth by breaking curses, doing other things like that. So that book invites you on that journey. The book invites you on that journey, and it uncovers both the visible and the invisible roots of disease. So it shows you in the book that there are things that well, let me just say it this way. There's the new man, and then there's the old man. And we all know we still have the old man. Right?
Yeah. Do you remember when years ago, how you, or maybe let's start with me, how I would get so frustrated with people saying that others would tell them, like, you don't have enough faith. You didn't have enough faith. Like, they'd be in the prayer line and they'd say that the person praying for them told them, well, you didn't have enough faith to be healed.
Yeah.
That would make me so mad. I would get like Jesus in the temple throwing the tables mad. Probably not that mad, but I would be so mad because I just completely disagree with that. I agree with
Well,
what
it's just
you remember.
It's not.
Well, you weren't where you are today. You weren't in the condition phase. You were still in the faith phase. And I remember you and I going back and forth on it. And so it's very nice to know now that there are conditions that need to be met.
Yeah.
And to know that there are, like, if we don't have enough faith, where does faith come from in the first place?
Well, everyone's been given a measure of faith. The Bible's plain on that.
Right.
We all, I mean, and that measure has been given to every person in the world. And what happens is that measure gets you saved. You get saved by faith. Faith is implanted in you. Hope is implanted in you. I mean, you can have hope to be a millionaire and be a worldling and do all that, but faith, hope, and love, even though it's a different love, it's a different hope, it's a different faith, Well,
and if that measure comes from God, isn't it exactly the amount we need?
Well, it's just not a measure. It's a measure that can be added to. That's the definition. And basically,
go ahead.
Let me say it this way. It's measures of faith. Because what I have faith for today, I didn't have 15 years ago.
Yeah. So Keisha is saying, thank you for sending me that prayer in the email. It really helped.
Amen. Well, she should stay on the show tonight, because we're going to take people through a very short renunciation prayer on breaking curses over your bloodline. This isn't finances tonight. This is, we're going to do about a 4 or 5 part series on freedom from disease. And next week we're going to do a healing prayer, a healing renunciation prayer. So, but you got to deal with the curses first.
Tonight will be condensed. Next week we'll expound a little more. So if you guys want to send us an email, you can email us at testimonies@brucehinesministries.com, and we let us know what your needs are, and we'll shoot you over a prayer that works.
I just remember, being in ministry for a while, I just remember that the journey may feel overwhelming for a lot of people.
Yes.
They're diagnosed with a condition, and it's not yours, even though but it is a condition. The labs don't lie. The The test results are all good. You know, this false sense of it's not real. It's just a lie of the enemy or something like that. It's all this false stuff, all this churchy language has got to go. If you're really going to get down to being healed, you have to acknowledge that it's in your old man. It's not in your new man. Sickness is always in the old man. And sickness is in the body. And what does the Bible say about the body? The body will remain in this evil age. But the soul and the spirit returns to the Lord, the soul goes to wherever it's supposed to go, heaven or hell. So, we have to understand that if there's sickness in our body, there is some condition. Now, it could be environmental, meaning you didn't eat right, you might have been exposed to things in your work career, so on and so forth. But there's usually always a spiritual dynamic to it. So the book takes you on this journey. It wants to de-overwhelm you, if you will. But God promises you, he promises to lead you into the truth, right?
Yes, he does.
In the Gospel of John, the Spirit will lead you into all truth. So, we want Jesus's light or his illumination to discover healing, even in, how about this one? The deeper wounds. We could have hurt in our life, and because it's not so fresh. And time goes by. We think it's dealt with, and maybe it is, but possibly it's not. And so there's forgiveness according to the new man, and then there's forgiveness from the old man. You probably never heard it put that way, have you?
You might want to elaborate on that. Forgiveness.
Well, there is forgiveness, and we call it eternal forgiveness.
Mm-hmm. Keep watching. The next part is right here. We drop new videos daily, so subscribe and come back tomorrow for the next one.